go with the learning management system. But before we start, just I want to share two things with all the participants who are watching this entire live session. That right now, uh, maybe if you have two devices, one is computer and another is maybe laptop, or you have access to smartphone as well as your computer, you might like to follow along. And I assure you that by the end of this 1.5 hour or 2 hours, you will have your own Moodle class set up. But if you don't have access to that, there is no problem at all, because this is being live streamed on YouTube, and you can always go back and visit the same thing, and you will be able to follow that as well. So let me start sharing my screen. All right. So first thing that I or everybody wants to do when it comes to Moodle is just search Moodle in Google. That's the simplest way. I'm making it more simple, so that each and everybody who doesn't even know what Moodle is will be able to understand the entire process of how we can create a Moodle. And so just go in Google, type Moodle, and you will find this moodle.org. That is the first website. And just click on the first result, or directly we can go into the address bar, moodle.org. That is the official website of Moodle. Here it is. So when you are on this official website of Moodle, what we can do here is this is open source software, so it is available to all. It's free of cost, and if you just scroll through the website, you will get the idea. There are some training modules also available. If you want to get trained on your own, you can do that. The most important thing for us is downloads. Let me show you. There are three ways we can use Moodle. The first way, which is very much common right now, is a standard Moodle. Install Moodle on your own server. Requires a web server with PHP and a database. So basically, if you have your own website, like institutional website, college website, even personal website, then at that point of time, you can just install this free version of this Moodle on your website, and you are good to go. You can use that Moodle. There are some plugins which are required for creating integrated kind of a learning experience, and extend mode is the directory of plugins. To just give you an idea, I will show you what happens when you click on plugin. And then for plagiarism checking, there is Turnitin's Moodle Direct interaction plugin is there. So when students submit their assignment, at that point of time, if you want to check whether it's their own work or they have copied it from somewhere, so that is one example I'm just giving you. There are a lot many plugins here, and those plugins, even if for some reason if you want to integrate payment system into Moodle, there are many universities and institutions, they are using this feature. That also can be used, can be utilized. So payment system, virtual classroom, if you want to add, that is also can be done. Grid format, coding, word cats, attendance, and yes, number of times I get this question from people that how can they check whether in the Moodle how many students are present and what are they doing, or something like that. Then let me tell you that we can do that. We can check their attendance. There is this plugin extra which is available. We can make use of that as well. And with that, there are lot many such kind of plugins. I'm not going to go into all the plugins, just to let you know that the plugins are available. There is this Moodle, there are plugins, there is a Moodle Mobile. And why it is important, because when we are creating any kind of a course in Moodle, it is very much important that learners need to access it. Maybe learners may not have a laptop with them, may not have computers with them, so they can also install Moodle mobile app, and from that it's available for Android as well as iOS. There is also another way of Moodle, that is called Moodle desktop. So desktop is the same interface, same software, but instead of uh, hosting it on our website or any website for that matter, what we do is we install locally on your laptop, our own laptop or computer, and create course, practice with it, learn about it, and do all the things that we want to do with from your laptop only. So these are the four ways, or three ways actually, and the fourth is plugins and extensions. Okay, so when you want to download, so just click on this download button, and right now there is 3.9.1 version is running. 3 months ago, 2 months ago, it was 3.7, but since this pandemic is going on and people need this kind of a Moodle platform or any learning management platform for that matter, and that's why they are updating this. Whenever anybody reports any problem, any issue with Moodle, they are updating that Moodle, so it's getting better and better. And let me tell you, Moodle is perhaps 50% of educational institute that run online courses or something like that, they prefer Moodle. It means that is perhaps the best option that we have. And I don't mean to say this, but number of times people keep asking me that whether Google Classroom is the better, Microsoft Teams is better, or Moodle is better. From my own experience, for overall experience, Moodle is better, because for the from admission to examination, each and everything, teaching, learning, evaluation, everything can be done just using Moodle, and that is why it is the best. So this is just a basic information about how to what is Moodle and how we can use it. Now I'll go directly to my site to show you how it looks when we install it on a website. So I keep installing it just for the demonstration purpose, and right now you can see this is actually moodle.rcell.co.in. it's my own website, and there is no course right now. I haven't installed or I haven't made any courses, or even if I do, I just delete it, or so that I don't want to because for the demonstration purpose, like in the FDPs and webinars, I have to make it, and I keep deleting this after the demonstration is over. So when you install this Moodle on your own website, college website, institutional website, this is how it is going to look like. And just to give you an idea what the actual website is, let me just show you quickly. And it's internet is a bit slow perhaps. No, it's responding, no problem. Okay, so this is my website, and e-content development and everything is already in here. Even for UGC NET and SET exam, the students who are there, I have given some question papers and all that. This is the basic RCELL website, and on that website I have installed this moodle.rcell.co.in. and when you install this on your website, this is going to look the same. That is the thing. There is also one more thing that I would like to talk about is Moodle Cloud, and many people prefer this Moodle Cloud because it's so simple. There is also learning mechanism, so that if you want to learn something, how to use Moodle, how to create assignments in Moodle, or any questions or any issue that you have, you can just go to Moodle Cloud and easily you can create your own kind of a course into Moodle Cloud. But there, I'll show you how to do that. First of all, you have to log in or sign up. If you are using it for the first time, obviously you have to sign up. I already have signed up. I've done that. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm just logging in to my Moodle Cloud site. This is the same thing you will see. Right now you can see that This is the portal. I already have created this site on Moodle Cloud. This is not Moodle Cloud, which is hosting platform, and it is vkb.moodlecloud.com. This is my name, and I have created this site. So instead, we have various things to do here on Moodle Cloud. It is a hosting platform, and it shows all the data whenever you just log into this Moodle Cloud if you already have created website. So I'm not going to go into all the details here, but I'll just show you one or two things that if you want to. Okay, yes, so this is Moodle, which is installed on my website, which I already have shown, and this is how Moodle Cloud looks like. And if you just closely notice, there are some courses in some demonstration lectures, FDP, and similar webinars and something like that. I have created these classes, these courses to demonstrate, to show how we can do that. And this is on my personal website. So if you see, there is the same thing. The menu that you have access to on the left hand side are the same, even here and here also. That's the same thing. So there is nothing. So when you are using Moodle Cloud, it is exactly like you are using your own website. So instead of doing this on my website, I'm now going to continue with this Moodle Cloud so that everybody could understand it. And let us start with. Okay, so when we come here, when we are logged in, there is home button, dashboard, calendar, private files. If we have private files, let me just quickly show you how each and every interface looks like. So if you click just on a dashboard, then this is what comes, that all the things that you set to appear on this dashboard, it will be here. And at the same time, there is also a calendar which is accessible. If you want to set some dates, important dates, maybe for some assignments, some unit test, I already had created one, and just get rid of that. So on 31st, if I create, so we can create event, new event, like we access any other calendar. We have this calendar, we can create events for our class when we create our own classes. Let me private file that looks like. And there is nothing right now in private files because I have not uploaded anything. But if you want, you can upload here. Just click on the file icon and you will see all the files that are used in certain courses. I already have used some couple of images, but here if you click on upload file, you can upload any of the files that you want to upload. So maybe when you are creating a course and you want some PDF files or Word files that are available or that you want to share with your students, so this is where you can upload your files. All the files will be shared under this one tab, private files. So that is one thing. You can URL downloader, you can make use of that also, and you can download files, private files on Moodles if they are already available. And also Wikimedia is also accessible. If you have already something on Wikimedia, you can access that as well. Now the next tab is my courses. So what are the courses that I am enrolled to? That is going to be seen here. So introduction to Moodle, since we are using Moodle Cloud, and that is why this introduction to Moodle is, whenever you create your own account in Moodle Cloud, this introduction to Moodle course comes, and you can learn on your own how to add lessons and quizzes, assignments, and how to create course, and everything you will learn from this introduction to Moodle course. And the most important thing that is we are going to see today is site administration. And in the site administration, all the things, all the important is things that we are going to tweak, like creating categories, creating courses, and uploading material, conducting assignments, and everything is in this site administration. I will show you. Just click on site administration, and now many people, even when I was attending some refresher and orientation courses, and many people will relate to me that there is some at least one session on this learning management or Moodle, and even we learn it at some stages, maybe some in orientation courses, refresher courses. Still we find it very much difficult to understand this Moodle as a platform, because just look at this, there are lot many options. This is just site administration, and there are lot many options. Even if you click on any of these options, you will find lot many other options. Like if I just click on advanced features, you will see that there are lot many things to tweak. I'll just go back, site administration, and or maybe if you want to just click on notification, and again there are lot many things that need to be tweaked. So this is site administration is the first tab. Second tab is user. First of all, let me tell you what these tabs are, and in that tabs there are lot many settings, and that's why many people think it's complicated. It is not complicated at all. I'll make it as simple as possible. Courses, so everything related to courses needs to be done in the courses here. Grades, so all the setting pertaining to the grading or grades assessment is here. Plugins, if you want to install, in the beginning I told you about the plugins that are available. If you can get those plugins like file submission, online text submission, and there are assignments, forum, glossary. There are a lot many plugins. We can make use of them for emailing, for automating emails or something like that. There is also appearance, how your site should look like to your students or those who are enrolled, and you can tweak that setting in the appearance tab. Server, this is server setting, and since we are all teachers and we really are not concerned about the server, PHP, and all the technical stuff, and I'm not going to go into those details to confuse you. So reports is another thing, another setting. So you can create those reports, you can get those reports, your course reports or something. Development. So this is also a technical thing, and we don't really need to worry about any of the technical stuff. So let's go back again to the first tab, site administration. Now in this site administration, the notification I just talked about, registration. If you want to register your site, and if it is, even if it is your own institutional website and you have installed Moodle on it and you want to do that register, you can register from here. I'll just show you the way, because I already have registered this site. You can see that your site is registered. Registration lasted up to 3rd July 2020. Okay, and update your site registration if you want to. I already have mentioned, and there is nothing difficult about it. You just have to give your name, site listing, if you want to display your site to all the people who are on Moodle or not, what is the description of your site, and what is the language, country from which, and email ID. 2 or 3 important things are there basically. Site title, email ID, country, or you have to agree to all the terms and conditions. That is all. So you can register your site on your own anytime. There is nothing to it. Moodle services which are that available, advanced features, there is no issue. Maybe in the advanced features I would like to give you some the ideas. Outcomes, by default it's no. Enable, if enabled, grade items may be graded using one or more scale tied to outcome statement. So this is important when you want to automate, semi-automate. You cannot completely automate the grading system here, but you can semi-automate by using the scale, so that assignments and grades are somehow load, maybe what we can say, the teacher's work can be limited. Enable comments, yes, by default it's all. So this is just go through it, and whether you want that functionality or not, you can just select it from here. So these are the advanced features. We'll go back again. Now here, if it's about badges setting, let me tell you, a badge is that, like in many social medias right now, sites, they are giving this kind of a reward. So you are giving this reward to your students or anybody who is using that classroom for that matter. And what we do is we award them. So maybe someone who is communicating so often, so conversation starter or something like that. Facebook recently has rolled out this feature for Facebook groups and that is very much like the same. You can create your new batches here, you can manage your batches here. Okay, and I'm sharing this information because see here, language setting. In many cases people keep me asking this, whether we can use this in our regional language. And yes, obviously you can use this in a regional language, and if you just click on the default language, you can see there are a lot many Indian languages also are there, you can see here. And even Nepali, Marathi, Hindi, and even almost all the prominent languages of India are available in Moodle by default. So you can make use of this platform for even primary and secondary education setup also. So that is the important setting. Okay, now the next tab is, there are other messaging, security, front page, and okay, front page is the important setting because you want to change the entire look of your page. So here you can see right now in the front page, on the top you can see RCELL Moodle courses. But if I just want to change it, my site's name, I can just change it to my name. And if I want to even change this title, short name of the site, I can change that. And if there is any kind of a description that needs to be changed, you can do that. So how your site will look like when you visit, right now you can see this is how it looks like. And I can choose different options or variety of other options. And why this setting is important, because when you install Moodle on your website, on your institutional website, this is the first page, or this is where all the students are going to land. And that is why it is very much important that we very carefully design this page. In the front page, what are the things that we want? And I already have said this for list of categories, and I'll be telling you more about list of categories just for the demonstrations purpose. At this point, let me tell you, if our institution is offering some courses in science, commerce, arts, management, or whatever the other faculties and other courses are available, or in traditional setup in most of the colleges, arts, commerce, and science are the three faculties basically. So whenever anybody visits my site, I want to show them that arts, commerce, and science, so that any students who is visiting this my site or institutional site will just click on arts if that student is from arts faculty. If that student is from science faculty, he can easily just click on that science, and then he can go to his own class and he can take the courses. So on front page, I might like to just choose category in the first place. You can also have choice of list of courses and all that, but instead of giving just 200 list courses, all the courses on the first page, it is always better to just give them categories. When they click on the category, then the other subcategories will appear, and then their own course or their own class will appear. So that is how I want to set it. There is also another thing that I want to show announcement. If I have some kind of announcement for all my students, everybody who is coming on this institutional Moodle site or this my site, then I want to show them announcement. Also course search box. This is also important setting because students just can come here and just search their own. For example, if student is in the last year of graduation, they will search just the title of the paper and they will get easily in their own course, so they don't have to waste their time. So I'm giving them categories, I'm giving them announcement, important announcements, I'm giving them also search box so that straight they can go to their own class. Also, if I want, I can also list all the courses available in the institute. So anybody, if maybe some outsider is interested in looking at what the courses you are teaching, you can give that also. There is option, and also there is a combo list. So both categories and courses, both the list, you can do that, or none, you can select it. So either maybe in some cases you just want to show categories and announcements, or just announcements and course list or something like that, you can do that. You can tweak your complete first page here. And now when logged in, anybody who visits your Moodle site can see all these settings, right? But what happens when your student logs in into that, because your students will have their own profile to log in into the Moodle site. Once they log in, what are the things that we'll see? And I want to show them enrolled courses. If some student is already enrolled in some of the courses, I want to show easily them. Once they are logged in, they can see their enrolled courses, maybe 5 or 6 papers they are studying, and easily they can just click on any of the courses and continue their learning. I also want to show them, perhaps this depends on you, want to show them list of other courses which are available. Course search bar, I also can select it or deselect it. Announcements, so it depends on us what are the things, or what is the information that we want to share. Okay. Maximum category depth, so how many categories that you want to offer, and there is list goes to up to 99, and many traditional educational setups may not want 3 to 5. More than 5 is not at all required, but let me tell you, by default it is 2, but we can change it to maybe 5, 10, 3. For example, if in my college there are only 3 faculties, arts, commerce and science, we don't want 4th category, we don't need any kind of a category. Or even if perhaps we want to offer some faculty development courses, at that point of perhaps we want 4 categories to be shown. So better I just kept it 5. So arts, commerce, science, all the 3 faculty students will have their own categories, different categories. One for faculty development, so that any faculty development programs or anything like that will be available through Moodle for anybody for that matter. And see, maximum number of courses, by default it is 200, but you can offer many number of courses. Maybe I'll just write 500 or something like that, but it depends on how many courses your institute has, and you can select accordingly. By default it is just 200. Number of announcements, by default it is 3, but I might like to keep it up to 5, so that anybody who missed one of the announcements can always go back and visit those announcements. Comments display per page, so how many comments to be displayed on one page, and by default it is 15, but we can use up to any number that you want. How many comments on one page per page should be displayed, it depends basically upon you. You can select it. Default front page role, authenticated user on front page, or guest, or student. So what is the default role when anybody visits your front page? So obviously I want everybody who is coming to front page is maybe a student, by default they will come as a student, or maybe I can select by default it is guest. Once they are logged in, they will have their own role setup, but by default it is just a guest. So if I want to make changes right now, in the beginning I just said Dr. Vishwanath Bite's courses instead of RCELL Moodle courses. Now when I update this, oh, there is some DNS error. Okay, now you can see it's done already, Vishwanath Bite's courses, and here instead of RCK it's now VKB is written. Even anytime you can change this entire thing, and that is basically about a front page. And okay, let's go back again to the site administration. Front page is very important, and that's why we talked about it. Mobile app, at this point I don't think we need to talk much about this because we need to create a course first. So we'll go to users, and here if you have already data of the users, your students, maybe at the time of admission you have collected data of all your students, then you can use that data and you can just import that entire list of your users, list of your students, and your students will be enrolled to your courses. But number of times it happens that maybe there is a small department and you want to add maybe 5 or 10 students on your own. Somebody gets admission very late and you have to just manually do that. So I'll show you all the ways. So browse list of users. If you already have list of users, it will be here. Bulk user actions, if you just let me click on it, bulk user, and here I already have created duplicate my this is just my name, and email IDs of all these are different, just name is same. So if I want to remove somebody or add somebody, I can do that. So add all, if you want to add all selected to the new thing in the new container, you can do that. I'll go back again. If you want to add or delete in bulk, you can do that. Okay, add new user, again this is very important, and that's why let me show you because number of times you have to add some users on your own. So I'll add here because I have different variety of email IDs of my own. So I'll say e-content is the user perhaps, and this is manual account. Suspend account, no, we don't want it. Generate password and notify user. So this is perhaps the best way. So I'll just if I just click on this, then Moodle will automatically generate a password and send that password and email to the user, and that perhaps is the best way. I'll just click it, click here, then first name. Okay, now I'm changing it, e-content, and maybe course, I will say something like that, and email ID e-content@. So these are the existing email IDs that I'm using, and allow only other course members to see my email ID, or allow anyone to see my email ID, or hide my email ID. So I want for this maybe there is some security reason, and that's why I might select it like hide my email address from non-privileged users. Only teachers will be able to see my email ID, others won't be able to do that. So my city or town, I'll just say Kolhapur, and country India, time zone Asia, preferred language, and description. But these all other things are not very much essential. Only these are the optional things you can add, or you can just leave it as it is. Description, if you want to add some description, you can add about that student or that user. If you want to add even teachers, you can add in the same way, and we can assign roles later on. So that is the way. If you want to upload some picture of G avatar or something, um, you can also do that. If you already have a picture, then you can delete picture, current picture, or you can upload your picture. You can do that. If you want to create or upload new picture, I'll just, for the demonstration, will show you so that how it is done. Just click on this, upload a file, and choose file. Just on my desktop I have some files. I will take this, for example, or any file you just want to select, and then I'll upload this file. Okay, so this is maybe if you can't see this, this is just a little thumbnail. Moodle, it's about Moodle tutorial only. So picture description, if I want to give, or otherwise there is no issue. Additional names, so like phonetic name and surname, number of times. Let me tell you my own example. My name is, or you already know all the people, and it's the correctly it is pronounced as Dr. Vishwanath Bite. A number of times people mispronounce is Vishwanath Bite, and it's not right. It's completely wrong. In that case, what happens that if I, as a user, if I'm adding my own phonetic name also, so there is a less chance that people would mispronounce my name, and that perhaps is the benefit, and we have this benefit here. So if I want to add that to be extra sure that people may not, should not mispronounce my name, so it can be done from here. Okay. Interests. So if you want to add some interest, right now maybe because I'm using this e-content and you are using teacher, maybe in your organization to teach your students, you want to add me to your Moodle site as a teacher, you can add me there. And or if I'm creating my own Moodle website in my own educational institute, I'm teaching English language and literature, and I want some teacher from your college, or I want you to be co-teach my class, then I can do what I do. I can just enter all your details, or I will ask you to enter all these details here. What you can do is, maybe right now and why this tags is important, because if you just click on that tag, all the users related to that tag will be visible. For example, I will say e-content, comma, then online teaching. If I'm the user, maybe you are using student or teachers, you can use the same thing. You can do the same thing. This is, we are adding user, we are not adding student. So this is very much helpful when you want, maybe if in your database you have all the teachers as users, and after that if you just want to search that, okay, how many teachers can teach about maybe Moodle, then I'll just click on that tag, and all the teachers who are efficient in using and teaching about Moodle, we can easily search them. ICT, I'll say. Okay, just this is for the demonstration purpose. So interest and tags are also important, and we should how to use them, I just told you. There is also optional thing. If that person has a web page, you can add that Skype ID, Yahoo ID, or maybe ID number, institution, department, phone number, mobile. These are optional things, but we have the entire data here when we are adding a new user. Now this user can also be used as a student, and this user can also be used as a teacher. You can use in both the ways. Okay, so just click on create user, and okay, now the user is created. Here you can see that this is my personal account, Gmail account, which is used to create this website. me@vishwanathbite.com, support@vishwanathbite.com, and you can see here there is this pop-up window, and that pop-up window is showing me that there is some new email which I received in my Outlook. Okay, so I'm not going to share that Outlook right now with you because I will have to stop sharing browser and share that Outlook. I'm not going to do that. But I just got a message notification that I have just received an email from Moodle, and obviously it is all about how to do that, right? Okay, let's go ahead, and now we know how to add users, maybe teachers or students. You can do both, the same thing for both. Then in the user management, if you have many users and if you want to remove somebody, if you want to add somebody, if you want to add bulk students in your class, you can do that. All that, use user default preferences, user profile fields. What are the profile fields that I want? If I just ask all the students to, okay, go on this site, like I just showed you, moodle.vishwanathbite.com, and all the students must register themselves in this Moodle. So what are those fields that I want them to enter? So we can choose here. We can create a new profile category, or we can have checkbox, date, time, and all that. So we can create our own form, like we do that in Google form. We customize it, all the profile categories. We can do that for our students, and that is available in user profile fields. Okay, so I'm going again back to the user. Upload users. If we already have data, I just told you a while ago, if we already have data of students, I can just, for example, if I'm teaching English language to my last year of graduation students and admissions are going on, I collected data of maybe 50 students, 40 students, 100 students, or 10 students, it doesn't matter. I have data of all those students. I'll just upload those all users here, and that's all. My class is set. Now I'll just concentrate on creating that course. Okay, upload user pictures. If I want to do that, I can do that. Permissions, what are the permissions that I want to grant to students? And okay, that's not very much important, because we won't have that much of a time to complete this entire Moodle tutorial, because in 2 hours time, 1.5 hour or 2 hours time, it's not really easy to cover all the things. Maybe if you people are interested, you can now you know my email IDs. We'll talk some other time about if you have anything to ask me. Okay, courses. Now this is where the important part starts. How to create course in Moodle. And you can see there are not much settings in the courses. There is a very precise manage courses and categories. I'll just click on it because this is important aspect right now. Okay, a while ago, if you remember, I talked about the courses and categories. So here you can see that I have miscellaneous category which can be changed. This is by default there, and arts, science, commerce, and these are the codes which are given. You can give any number of codes, and I'm going to show you how to create categories, how to create courses. We are going to see all of that. But if I want to delete some course, maybe for example or category, so right now you can see this introduction to Moodle, and if I want to delete this course, I can do that. If I create some course, if I'm enrolled to some course, or if I have created some course, I can just go ahead and delete that course. I will show you. If I just click on arts, this is English is subcategory in them, right? And in arts, there is one course, how to create Moodle course in 30 minutes. Maybe some of you might be present when I created this in other webinar as a tutorial. And if you click on English now, this course comes under the category of arts. And if I click on arts, English, then English for communication, there is this another course. So English, arts, science, commerce are 3 categories. In arts, if you have departments like history, geography, political science, or in science you have chemistry and microbiology or physics, botany, whatever all other departments you have, you can create subcategories for each and every department. Now let me take you a little back so that I can make it very clear. So this vkb.moodle cloud, or maybe moodle.vishwanathbite.com, that is the main website of Moodle on your institutional address. In that you created 3 categories: arts, science, commerce, or if computer science or any other faculties or courses that you are offering, you can create that number of categories. And in arts, for example, I'm just giving this as an example, and in arts we have 5 departments or 10 departments, and English or maybe some regional language or some history, political science, uh, public administration, whatever, sociology, geography. What we can do is we create one category, subcategory for all the arts departments or science departments, one subcategory for each, for one for physics, one for chemistry, one for other departments, in the same sense. Okay. In English again, because English is not just one thing. In English there are variety of courses. Maybe I am teaching first year students will have some different papers, last year students will have some different papers. Even in English as a subcategory, I can add another category, or I can create different courses and I can encode them in a way that, so that everybody who opts for English, all the 10 courses which are offered by English department or physics department or any department, computer science department, they will be in here. Okay, so I'll show you how to create a category first of all, since we are already here. Manage courses and categories, we just clicked. Let me take you back again, and there is always this. Let me zoom in so that you can see. Okay, we are, first of all, we went to home, that is vkb.moodlecloud.com or moodle.yourinstitutionalwebsite.com, whatever it is. Home, then we clicked on site administration, then we went on courses, and we clicked on manage courses and categories, right? So this is the path. Always remember there is this path, and we can always know where exactly we are in this entire crowded space. Again, even if you click on just site administration here, you can just click on courses and manage courses and categories. Even at the same place, you can see that there are these options: add a category, add a new course. We can add category or new course from here also, but it is always easy to work in the easiest environment, and that is provided here, manage courses and categories. So I just clicked on manage courses and categories, and now maybe I just want to add one more category like humanities. Okay, so I will say parent category is top, on the top I want it, and category name is humanities. Okay, I'm just giving you this example kind of, and type any number, 1 2 3 4, whatever it is. Okay, give some description, all the courses. Okay, just all the courses of humanities or humanity will appear here, or something, any kind of a description that you want about that course, about that faculty, about that category, and just click on add category. It is as simple as that. Within few seconds, 2 seconds, you can, now you can see that arts, science, commerce, humanities. Now in humanity also, maybe you have law department, which is completely separate department, and you want to create new category for law under humanities. I will show you how to do that. Just click on create new category, and here parent category is humanities, right? And now I want to say law here, and number is 1 2 3 4 5, whatever number. It's not necessary, like I will say 9423, my mobile number starts with that, and whatever number you can choose. You can pre-decide that in arts category we will assign numbers starting with 111, and then 112, 113, 114, whatever it is. In science category we'll start numbering from 151 or 251, 201, like that. You can have strategy that all the numbers in arts category will start with 100, 101, 102. All the courses or all the categories in science department will start with 200, 201, 203, 204, like that. You can have a kind of strategy for that, and just click on create category. Right now what we did, selected humanities as a parent category, and now you can see under humanities, let me zoom in so that you can see, under humanities there is this new subcategory which is law. Okay, now if I want to create course in law, for example, I'll just show you, because I'm showing you step by step all the things, how to create categories, how to create course. So we are now going to create a course. Now we just have created this humanities as a category. Under humanities we created subcategory as a law, and now I want to create course in law, or any, maybe if you just take science example as an example. I have already created one for physics. Let me pull it one for again in science chemistry, and number, give any number, it doesn't matter. Description I'll just keep it blank for now because I don't want to waste time there. Okay, so we have created these two categories. Physics was already there, chemistry we have created one, and now if I want to create course in chemistry or in any, this is the way. I hope you understood the idea. And now if I just click on create new course, then from here we can create our new course. But just for the demonstration, I will stick with the first category that we created, because we created humanities, we created law right now. So I will stick with that so that I can show you how to do that. Okay. So we are creating this entire course from scratch. We have nothing right now, and I'm not going to go with the theme of law because I really do not have that much knowledge about law. But I'll stick to my own subject, and you will get the idea how to create a course. So maybe name of this course which I'm offering is how to teach online. And if I want to launch this course, or maybe any paper title or subject title or whatever you have, you can just enter here. What is the short name of the course? Maybe I'll say, okay, HTO. I'm just taking one first letter of each, and you can choose numbering here. You can choose numbers, you can choose alphabet or anything. You can do that here. What is the course category? So okay, I already have decided this humanities and law, but if I want, I can change it. Arts and English, I can do that. Science and physics, science and chemistry, or humanities and law, or I can just keep it as it does not belong to any category, miscellaneous, but we'll stick with humanities and laws. Course feasibility, whether I want this course to be feasible or not. And obviously we are creating this course and I want it to be feasible. And what is the course start date? So maybe today it's 23rd July and I want this course to start on 1st of August. After 8 days I want this course to start. Okay, and when I want to end this course, so maybe from August to next year 31st July we can do that. For 1 year course if we are offering, we can do that. Or there is this option, just click on this button here, and now end date is gone. We cannot customize end date. Why? And that perhaps is the best thing, because there are some courses, in universities, so one course or some courses are, they are running for maybe 3 years, and perhaps once you create that course, you don't want to change that course, and in that case, in such scenario, you want to leave it as it is, you don't want to end it. But if there are some courses which you are offering for one semester, so you can enter here semester end date, uh, course id number. If you want to give course ids, a while ago I just talked about, you can have a strategy to create a course ids, so that there will be some kind of a uniformity in the courses your institution is offering. Course description, if you want to add some description, go ahead and write in here. If you want to add some course image, you can click here, choose a file, any file, you can select from your computer. I'm not uploading, I'll show you recent files. I already have selected this earlier, this file, I had uploaded this file, and this is the course image. You can add, so that whenever you are visiting that course, this course image will appear. Okay, so descriptions, I will just say, okay, in this course you will be able to learn how to teach online. Just a random description I just given. Okay, now this was the second part. This is the general setting, we already have filled it all. Then this is the description, and description part is already done, right? So now course format. So what kind of format your course you should, or you want to offer any kind of a course formats. Let me tell you what are the available formats. There are some single activity formats. So this is just a single activity. Once you create that form, or once you create that course, that's the one time event, and then you don't need to bother about it, and that's appear. So is it single activity format or social format? Number of courses are like, they are how to lose weight, maybe a sensitive topic perhaps, but evergreen topic. At some point somebody is going to need that. How to gain weight, that also is a sensitive topic, and that also is evergreen topic, because at some point somebody might want to gain weight, somebody might want to lose weight. These are the kind of social topics, social formats. I'm just giving you these kind of examples. Then there is this topic format. So usually in all traditional university setups, this is the format which is used, like topic, module 1, module 2, module 3, or unit 1, unit 2, unit 3. That's how the topic format is. And maybe you want to select that topic format, or weekly format. There is another option, weekly format. There are many courses which are being offered on weekly basis, 3 weeks course, 5 weeks course, whatever it is, 1 month course, 3 months course, and that is basically a weekly format. So that in 1 week you will learn this, and then there will be some kind of assessment or quiz or something like that. If you want that kind of a format, do that, go ahead. But in traditional educational setup, I believe that it's topic format, so I'll stick with topic format. Number of sections, so how many numbers you want in your course. So maybe there are 3 modules or 3 units, we can say, or maybe there are 10 units and 10 modules. So just for the demonstration purpose, I am just selecting, there are 52 available. So one module or one topic every week, that's the maximum thing you can select, but I'll say just maybe 3. Okay, so in topic format I have selected 3 number of sections. So it means I can have module 1, module 2, module 3. You can have module up to module 10. Just select, if you are in your syllabus there are 5 or 10 modules, 10 units, select 10 or 5, whatever it is. I'll just for the demonstration stick with 3. Okay, Hidden section. Do you want section to be hidden? And hidden sections are shown in collapsed form, and hidden sections are completely invisible. So if there are some hidden sections, I want them to be in a collapsed format. I don't want to hide them completely. Course layout: show all sections on one page, or show one section per page. I believe that I want to show all the section on one page. Once they click on that, they will go there. But if you want one section, separate pages for a section, you can do that. You can select that and go ahead. So I'll select show all sections on one page. Okay. So this is the course format. This is the third tab, and there are a lot many options, but they are not at all difficult. Appearance is the next setting. Language. So if I want to force some language, that if you want to learn this course, you will have to learn only through English. In such cases, I can force one language, or you can say, okay, whatever language is available, students can learn, and do not force, do not change this. There is nothing to worry about this thing. Number of announcements. Now when we are offering a course, obviously there is to be announcements, and how many announcements that you want to appear on your course page. So I have selected 5. You can select 3 or any number. You can see there are 10, up to 10 numbers are available, but I don't think that you want to show just 10 announcements on the first page. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3, maximum 5 if it is the entire college or something like that. So I'll select number of announcements 3. Show gradebook to students, and obviously if I'm grading students, then obviously they have to know what is their grading and how they are progressing along in with their course, and that's why I would select yes, obviously. Show activity reports, and yes, of course, or you can select no also. This is about appearance tab. Now next tab is like option is files and upload. Now what is the maximum upload size? Is upload size limit file size limit is 100 MB, but you can tweak the setting, you can change the setting, and maybe I just want to keep it up to maximum 10 MB and not more than that, because there would be a lot much of a load on the system, and that's why I want to keep it minimum. So I can do that. You can set it up to 1 MB, you can set it up to 200 maximum. Okay. Completion tracking, and this is very much interesting, and because many people currently may not know, or I don't know, but they think that when we are enrolled in any kind of a online course, teachers may not be able to see how many modules we have completed and how much we have learned, but there is this option in almost all the learning management systems that teachers can track your progress, whether you have completed just one section or the entire section. You can see here. So I will always recommend that enabling this course completion tracking or completion tracking, so that as a teacher we will be able to see how many students are actually completing modules. Because nowadays, let me give you my own example. I am offering this one course on my own website. It's online course about e-content development. It's on my website, and many people, sometimes it happens, not all the people, but some people, they write me an email or contact me and say, sir, I have completed your complete course, but there is some problem in downloading my certificate. And obviously then I go on the to the website, I check the entire data, and I come to know that it's only 16%, not 16% course is completed, and people are telling me that 100% course is completed. So I just pull a screenshot of the screen and send that to their email ID, saying that you have completed this and you haven't completed the entire course. So as a teacher, we will have this kind of a benefit, how our students are behaving and responding to the entire thing, and that's why completion tracking is important. Okay, let's go ahead. And groups, if you want to create groups, you can create groups from here. So separate or feasible groups, separate groups, or no groups at all, you can decide here. And why do we use this? First of all, let me tell you, in case that if you want to divide your students into two groups, maybe advanced learners and slow learners, you can do that by dividing them into the groups. You can impose groups on them, or there is no group at all. Traditionally in our educational setup, the way we teach is that it's very much natural that we always address all our students. Even if there are 100 students in my class, I will address all my 100 students in the same manner, in the same way. And perhaps that's no groups. So choose whether you want to create groups or not. I won't. Okay, next, force group mode. I don't want to force students into groups. That's discriminatory, I believe. It's my personal way of okay. Role renaming. And now this feature is for if we are referring our teachers by other names, like in Moodle system it's teacher. The word teacher is for teacher, but maybe in informal situations, students might be emailing you, sending you email saying sir instead of teacher. So that is the role renaming, if you want to do that, so that computer system or that PHP system will recognize all the roles, and there is nothing to be changed. Just ignore that setting. There are many settings and things in Moodle, but half of it, if we don't know about it, it doesn't make any difference. So just ignore that one thing. Tag. Okay, now again, a while ago I talked about tags. Here also now we are talking about creating a course tab. So course tabs are different, and other tabs like user tags are completely different. So since this course is all about how to teach online, right? So I'll say Moodle, Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, Google Sites, or Canva. There are many such apps right now which can be used. So I'm just giving you some examples. So what are the tags related to your course that you are creating? You can add those tags here, and again, how to teach online is the subject. And now we have these two options now, whether save and return or save and display. So I want to save and display, because I don't want to return to this screen again. I already have done everything which was supposed to be done. So I'll just click on save and display. Once I click that, if everything is done right, and yes, obviously everything is done right, and now we can see how to teach online. We already have created our online course, but we need to this is just a structure of the course, because we can see the title of the course. We know that when anybody just clicks on home, then goes, just let me zoom in so that you can see here. You can see that humanities, first of all, anybody will come on homes, then courses, humanities, law, and then this is the short name that we have given to the course, and participants, because now we have created course. Now we need to enroll users. So here you can see enroll users. Okay, let me zoom out. Okay, so we have created this course. It is being displayed on the left hand. You can see right now, this is the short title, how to teach online, and we abbreviated that to HTO, right? And badges, competencies, grades, general. Now topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, because we decided to keep it 3 topics, topic unit, right? Okay. Then let's go ahead and how we can now pour meat into those topics, because we have created a skeleton. Now we need to make that skeleton alive, so that structure alive. So first of all, we'll go with these participants and proceed to course content. But we don't want to proceed with the course content at this point. Once we go into that course content, we'll complete entire content, assignments and course content and everything. So we need to enroll users now. So I'll just click on enroll users and I'll search students if they are available, and you can see the available list of students. Initially I told you that you can ask all your students to just go on this site and enroll themselves, or we can upload data of students and all students will be enrolled. Now I have these choices. These are all my names, but for the demonstration purpose we have created this e-content course user, right? So I will add that user which is created in front of you a while ago, and I also add another student. I also add one more, and this is me. I'm not adding myself. And role of all these will be non-editing teachers or students or teachers or managers. So remember, while adding this e-content course email ID, I told you that we can add that user as a teacher, we can add that user as a student or non-editing teacher. I'm just inviting somebody, don't edit anything, just come here and teach, non-editing teacher. Or maybe as a manager I can add somebody, okay, I don't understand how this entire thing works, so just help me, just be in the class, if anything goes wrong just help me. So that kind of a manager we can also add. So for this demonstration I'm not adding e-content right now, I'm just adding these two as a student. Okay. And now in the same course I want to add, now you can see that these me@vishwanathbite.com and support@vishwanathbite.com, these are two students and they are active. I want to add teacher now. So just say enroll users for this course and just search. This e-content is available. We had created his profile, but I want him to be added as my teacher or maybe non-editing teacher. You just help me out and I will do the rest of it. Or maybe as a teacher straight I can add. So I'll add it as a teacher, enroll user. And now you can see in this course, this e-content course which I created in front of you a while ago is a teacher of this course. Let me zoom in so that you can see. Okay. So this is a teacher and these are the students. So all the users which we have created or uploaded can be assigned different roles. So that's the simplest way of doing it. Now we have created a course structure. We have enrolled our students into the course. We also have invited some other teachers to collaboratively teach our course. Now let's see how we can create the entire course material. Okay. So I will go and click on this course first of all. And when I click on this course, you can see right now topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, because we decided to keep it topic wise and we selected 3 topics, right? And that is the, okay. Now just click on topic 1. If you want to change it, you can do that. You can change anything here and I will show you how to do that. First of all, you need to go to this gear icon, setting icon, which is at the right hand corner, you can see, and turn on editing, because we need to edit this entire skeleton structure so that we can create a course. So just click on turn on editing, and now this interface is ready to be edited. I just click on this edit tool or edit topic, and you can see that just click on here and I want to edit it as unit 1, or I just want to rename it as unit 1. Okay. or maybe in your case you might have modules instead of units. So module 1, or I just want to give a straight title, how to use Moodle. So I'm giving you these variety of options here. I'm just telling you whatever the section name you want to give, you can give, whether it's unit 1 and module 1, or just you want to give the entire title, you can do that. I'm just, for the demonstration, I'm just using this one. Okay, so that's the one thing, and that's the very simplest and straightforward way of doing it. Okay, now in unit 1, I'll just change it again to introduction. Okay, because when we are starting any course, the first part should always be introduction. That's what I believe. And in introduction, now I want to add some activities. Now we are actually talking about, from here onwards, we already have created this structure. Now how to add course material, how to add assignments, how to add files, videos, whatever it is, that's what we are going to see from now onwards. Okay, so first thing, in the introduction or any topic that is you already have created, right, just click on this add an activity or resource. You can see there is this plus icon, and you can click on plus icon or add an activity, the text which is hyperlink text which is there. So I'll just click on hyperlink text, and now this is the reason why I give answer, why I prefer Moodle over all other learning management systems, because what you can do in Moodle is just limitless. So we can add assignment, big blue button, we can do that. We can add chat. So for example, if I'm teaching group discussion to my students and I want them to chat with each other, and I just want to monitor that discussion or chat, I can do that. It's pretty interesting, and students are going to enjoy it, because just listening to lectures, just listening to one way communication and all that, students get bored. And maybe whenever we teachers, whenever we attend some refresher orientation courses or something like that, 1.5 hours lecture or some session is maybe we just pull out our own phones and start doing some texting or something like that. Attention is very big thing, and many people do not give easily that kind of attention. We all the teachers we know, and that's why these are the things. If there are some choices, like we can add that, we can add database, we can add external tools, apps, we can do that. We can add feedback so that students can give feedback. We can add forums so that any students have any doubt, then that students can just post or ask a question, and other students who know the answer, this is the best collaborative space. Forum we can add into that course or that unit. Glossary, if I'm teaching maybe some science stuff, and there are a lot many new words in that unit or text or whatever I'm teaching, then I may need to provide some difficult words and their glossary or something like that. The option is inbuilt here. Okay, if I want to add some lessons, and that's what we are going to see, a lesson or material. Let me first of all show you what are the things that we can do. There is quiz. We can add a quiz into the topic. So maybe when I'm starting my course, I want to check whether how much knowledge students have about the topic that I'm going to teach. So at that point of time, this quiz is very much helpful. You can just ask some questions, and you will get that idea. Then you can also take some survey of the students, wiki. You can have a kind of workshop setup in the Moodle. That also is possible in Moodle, and that's why Moodle is the best. You can add resources. Like maybe I want to share some book with my students. I can do that right from here. I want to share some PDF file, PowerPoint presentation, or anything. Just click on that file button, and I'm going to show you how to do that. just let me give you an idea. I want to share entire folder. For example, I'm teaching a group discussion, or maybe I'm teaching some literature, any drama or any poem I'm teaching, and all the things, that some images, some PDF files, some text files, some videos, I have all that in a folder, and I want to share that entire folder with my class. I can do that here. I can add some labels, some pages, some URLs. Like a while ago, I told you that there are some solved NET and SET question papers are on my website. And if I want to show my postgraduate students that, okay, you are preparing for SET and NET examinations, and you might like to go through this previous year question papers and solved answers, and I'll just share that link or that page with those students. And this is how this is very much interactive. But first of all, let us start with the lesson. Okay, so I'll just click on lesson. Let me go back, because I don't want to create any kind of a confusion. So we just renamed all of it, right? And after we rename, just click on add an activity or resource. Once you do that, come here, pick any of the activities. Right now I'm going to create a material, that's why I created a lesson, and just click on add. That's all. Now let me tell you what happens is that we are adding new lesson in the first part, introduction. So I will give introduction, name of that lesson as Introduction to Tools and Technology, because remember, we are creating course on how to teach online. So first is introduction, and introduction to tools and technology is the first lesson. So I'll give some description about it. So I'm just giving an example, that's why I'm not going to go into details. I'll just say that learn basic about tools and technology for online teaching. Okay, so that's just a description, quick description. And okay, there are a lot many things in here, because when we are adding lesson, there is this general tab, just close, appearance and progress bar. Yes, I want to show, because when students are going through that lesson, I want to show them that how much progress they have made. Maybe they have completed 40% of syllabus, 20% of syllabus. That's why progress bar comes in. Select it, yes. Display menu, yes, obviously display it in the menu, so that they will know that how much lessons are yet to be completed. Availability, if you want that one particular thing to be available for just 1 week in first semester only, or something like that, you can set dates available from and deadline. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead with that. It will be available anytime. Flow control, allow student review. No, we don't want to allow students to review. Provide option to try question again. So okay, maybe yes. Okay, there is also a situation when we are assigning an assignment or quiz, then these things are important, because when students are taking that quiz or assignment, we want to give a chance to review. We'll talk about it when we are talking about quiz or assignment. So let's just keep it as it is right now, and then we'll talk about it when we are doing assignments. Okay, grade. So is there any grading or something like for this assignment, this lesson? So obviously yes, there will be grading for 10 marks. I'll say 10 points. And what is the grade category? It is, right now we haven't created any grade categories right now, A, B, C, whatever it is. How much percentage you want to assign them for passing, and maybe 5 I will say, or 4, 6, whatever it is out of 10. Okay, they can practice it number of times, 1 time, 10 times, 100 times. How many retakes are allowed? N number of times. If you complete one lesson, and if you want to complete it again, no problem at all, you can assign it n number of times. So grading is done already. Now Common module settings, availability, it will be available. ID, if you want to give, if you want to create a separate group or physical visible group, and any particular for group, if you want to assign that, you can also assign that reading material to particular. Restrict access, I don't want to restrict. Activity completion, okay, there is no activity to be completed by any specific date, and that's why I will keep it as it is. I'm just going a little fast because we need to complete this entire thing and we don't have that much of a time. Okay, so tags, for now I'm just keeping it as it is. I'm not giving tags because I already have told you 2 times that how to create tags. Competencies and course competencies. What are the course competencies? If you want to just add some competencies, then you can do that upon activity completion. What to be done? Attach evidence of a complete. Now here this is perhaps the last setting we need to pay a little attention. Upon activity completion, once activity is completed, what this course or lesson should do? Attach evidence that you have completed activity, or send a review that you have completed this entire lesson. And now what to do? Complete the competency. You can choose it. So maybe I might like to change it. Either you can choose do nothing and there is no problem at all. Maybe personally I might like to see what happens when I say attach evidence. You have completed, maybe pull a screenshot and then attach an evidence that you were there or something like that. But I'll say do nothing, no problem. Save and return to the course, or save and display. So I want to see how it looks like. That's why I want to click on save and display. Okay, I just clicked on save and display, and let us see how it. Okay, so I'll just go on preview. Okay, all right. So what we did is that we created introduction, and in that introduction, let me take you back to the course page so that you will see it better. In the course page, when you click here, we have created it in the announcement. We want to move it into. Okay, that is also another lesson. Maybe you have created one lesson. I created it lesson mistakenly in announcements instead of in any module, or maybe introduction to tools. If you want to move that into introduction, okay, or maybe if you have created one lesson and you, instead of keeping it under module 1, you kept it in some other place. So you can just drag it here and you can take it anywhere you want. Once you click on that particular tool, then obviously this is how it will look like. All the, if you want to import questions, okay, now that activity is created. Now if you want to import questions, add content page, and obviously I might like to add an entire content page into that. So add content. Introduction to tools is the separate page. So all the page contents. Now here is the thing that if you want 2-page, 3-page, 5-page summary or anything that you want to add, you can add it in here and it will appear. You can just paste it in here, or you can do all the things that you want to do. You can also add a record video and add it. You can record audio and add it. You can have insert audio or video file from which is saved in your drive, and you want to insert that in here. So I'll just for the demonstration purpose, I will add one. Okay, I'll first of all I'll show you what are the things we can do. So if you want to give heading, medium, small, pre-formatted, paragraph, bold, italics, that's usually we do all the things, and formatting. So if you want to give link to somebody, something, for example, visit this website is what I want to show my students, and then I want to give hyperlink to website. So I'll just click here and add link, and here I'll just, this is my website, and I want this website to be opened in a new window whenever they click, because I don't want them to leave this Moodle platform, their own course. They will be still in this course, but they will just in another window they will go outside. Okay, so whenever they click on this website, they will go to my website or any website we can direct them to. Okay, that's the one thing. So if you want to insert one image, I will just quickly show you. So you can either browse repository, all the files and things that you already have here, and okay, just for the demonstration I'll do that right now. Okay, save image. Okay, so this is the image, too big. And okay, just for the demonstration we'll let it be. Okay, course image. Okay, now you can see that in this we added one link, we added one image, right? And we can add lot many other things also, like you can directly record, and let me show you how it is done. So if you just click on this record button, video, then this you just can start recording from here, and you can add that in here. Or audio, just click on that, start recording, record it, and it will be added into that. So it's so easy, it's so much convenient. Okay, I'm not going to go into all the details. So this is the content page, introduction to tools, and in that I want to add maybe another content, second content, third content, fourth content. Maybe this is about tools, then this is about maybe Google Classroom or some other contents for example. So we can do that, jump to this page, next page, previous page, and I'll just keep it as it is. Okay, so what is the content 1, content 2, content 3, content 4? You can keep adding the way you did in the first place, and just click on save. So once, okay, description we need to give to all the, maybe I'll just Google Classroom, and next second content will be how to create a blog. Third content will be Microsoft Teams, and fourth content will be how to create website. I'm just giving a sample like this. Okay, so after clicking all the things, they will go to the next page. Okay, so we are creating now material into that one course. Now if you go back again, I'll click on the course page, the first page, so you will get this idea. And if I just expand it, you will see that there are other things also that are feasible here. So if I click on introduction to tools and technology, that was the lesson 1. In that lesson now, the image, the URL that I just showed you. So if I just click on this, visit this website, it will take to the external website that we had assigned to. So whenever you want to give kind of a reference to other websites, you can do that by doing the same. If you can add images, or maybe after this, what are the things that you need to study? Now see, we have created this Google Classroom, how to create blog, Microsoft Teams, how to create website. We already have created these things. So if I just click on Google Classroom, now it will take me to the another page. Congratulations, end of the lessons. We already have completed the first lesson, for example. So if I want to go back to the earlier page, I can do that from here. So this is how basically we can create a course, add course contents, and I'm going to add few more also. So Microsoft Teams and how to create websites. Even in that also you can edit that, let me tell you, and you can edit whatever things that you want to show in this. also. Okay, so we'll go back again to main course page so that I can tell you how to create. So in introduction now I want to give one assignment. So that is also because teaching, learning and evaluation, all three things are very much important. So I just click on assignment and click on add. Now you will see that I'm adding assignment. I'm just giving assignment 1, and read the file, read the PDF and watch a video and complete. Any instructions that you want to give about that assignment or any description that you want to give assignment, you can add that. Display description on the course page. Obviously for students it's very much easy. If you want to upload some file, additional file, you can do that. That PDF or video, whatever you wanted to share with them, you can just click on the site, upload file, or choose any file that is already in there. So I'm not going to upload any file right now because you got the idea. We can upload file from here. And this assignment, since this is assignment, and a while ago I talked about this, that we can customize all the assignments and we can make assignments for the better things, and that's what I'm going to talk about here. So allow submissions from, so today is 23rd July, so I don't want everyone to start submitting from today. Maybe after 2 days, on 25th of July I'll start accepting those submissions. So I'll set 25th July, right? Due date is 30th of July. All right, or any date you can select from any month. You can give 6 months deadline or 1 month deadline, it's up to you. And okay, just for the demonstration I will say 30th July. Cutoff date, and this is the important thing, because what is the difference between due date and cutoff date? Many of we all are teachers and we know what is the difference, but let me just explain. Because due date is the deadline and cutoff date, you crossed that deadline, you missed that deadline, but still there is a chance, okay, I'll give you a humanitarian chance or something like that. And this happens number of times with me because I'm running 2 journals, and many people just call me and say, okay, I just missed my deadline by 2 days and my paper is ready, but can I send it for this issue, July issue or August issue? And it's difficult to say no sometimes, and that is cutoff date. Okay, you got the idea. So cutoff date, and remind me to grade by. So after you received all the things, that cutoff date, if you want to select that cutoff date, maybe I'll say 5th of August. After 5 days also you can have that cutoff date, August. I'll say, okay, 30th July is the deadline, cutoff date is 5th of August. By after that there is no excuse. And Moodle will remind you, send you a notification as a teacher. If send this notification to teacher, that's on 6th August, that okay, all the students have submitted their assignments, now it's time to grade all those assignments, and teacher will start grading those assignments. Okay, what are the submission types that you want to allow? Whether it is online text, just write something and copy it, or is it online text, or is it file submission? I can enable both of them. And if you want to set some kind of a limit, for example, if I want my students to write an essay or maybe book review, then I might want to ask them to just write 300 words and not more than that, or maybe 500 words. And we can set that limit so that I don't need to read essays, unnecessary words and all that as a teacher. Okay, maximum number of uploaded files, I don't want 20 files, definitely I want just 1 file, and maximum number of uploaded files should be 1. Maximum submission file size, it should be maximum 1 MB, because bigger files will take a lot of space and we don't want that. What are the file types that you want to accept? And we can get to choose here. I'll say just all types, or maybe if you want just to get document files like doc, docx, or EPUB, PDF, RTF, something like that. If you are asking students to submit essay, then obviously document files, you don't want HTML files and photos and images. And let me tell you, this happens a number of times. This is very much hilarious. That's why this needs to be set. First of all, let me choose this document. Okay, I have selected document, so that only students will be able to submit documents and nothing else. That's one thing. Let me give you very quick, just within a minute I'll tell this, and we'll go ahead. So I once in a classroom, I assigned one assignment to all my students, and I asked them to just complete it in a document and submit it, so that it's very much easy for me to check plagiarism, or maybe make some corrections. If required, some grammatical suggestions I can give them, because I'm using Grammarly, and it's very much easy for me to trace out grammatical mistakes, or maybe plagiarism. If there is something, I can just easily trace it out. So instead of what students did is that they typed it like I told them to type it in document. So they typed it, and then they took a photograph of it, and they submitted image file instead of document file, so that I won't be able to check plagiarism and trace out all the grammatical mistakes and easily. Otherwise, we all are teachers, we can do that. So that's why you want to select specific document files. Okay, feedback types, what kind of feedback you want to give. You want to give feedback by comments, or annotate some kind of PDF, offline grading, or feedback files, comment inline. So yes, if you want to comment in the procedure, you can do that. Feedback. Submission setting, require students to click the submission button. Obviously, when they submit upload file, they need to click on that submit button. Require that students accept the submission statement. Yes, obviously I want that. Attempts reopened until they are passed. So now we can choose never, so that the students will submit only one time, and they will have this one chance to submit it. And once they submit it, there is no going back, perhaps we can say. Or there is also another way of doing that. Until you pass it automatically, until you pass it, you can give number of attempts for this assignment. We can say also that. Okay, how many attempts? Unlimited, 1, 2, 3. You can choose that also. Submission setting. Group setting. Group submission, there is no group submission, I don't want that. Notify grades about submission. Obviously, after graded, students should get notification. Default setting for notify students is already yes, and we are not going to change. Grade points, now this is important aspect, and let me tell you that how many grades that we want to give. Maybe it is out of 20. If it is some science practicals, maybe you want to set it for 20, or maybe 10 internal marks or something like. I'll just say 10. Okay, so maximum grade is 10, or maybe 20, 100. You can choose any scale. Okay, grading method, simple, direct grading, marking, and rubrics. Rubric, many people I believe know what is rubric. And a rubric is an automated system in which we just set parameters, and based on the parameters we give marks. So that is rubric. But we'll say just simple direct thing. Grade to pass, maybe 40%, and that makes 4 out of 10. Blind marking, we can select, like in journals we have peer reviewed journals where a reviewer doesn't know who the author is. So that's kind of a blind marking, and there is no need actually. Hide grader identity if students won't know that which teacher graded them. If you want to hide it or not hide it, it doesn't really matter. If you want, you can hide it. Use marking workflow, yes or no, you can select it as well. Okay, so I'll just keep this grading option there. Common module setting, I'm not going to change anything. There is no need to change anything, even restriction, access, activity. And actually these little things which are customizable, and they are very helpful, they are very beautiful also. We need to understand each and everything and make use of it. But new teachers who are about to learn Moodle, they get overwhelmed because there are a lot many settings to mess up and remember and keep in mind, and that's why it's people are finding it very much difficult. But it's not at all difficult. Okay, completion tracking, students can manually mark it as completed after they do that, or show activity as completed when conditions are met. We have set parameters, this is the date, this is the marking, this is the rubrics, whatever, and automatically system will do, or students will click a submit button and say it is submitted. So as a smart teacher, I'd like to keep it as if all the parameters are met, then only it will be marked as a submitted. Otherwise, I know that you also might have seen that many students, they just upload a blank file and say that okay, I completed my assignment. And because there are a lot many number of students, and we don't really, number of teachers do that, they don't really open individual files and see what is in there and then grade it. So just uploading blank files, that also can happen. That's why you want to set this completion tracking. Students must view this activity to complete it. They have to open it first of all. Student must receive grade to complete this activity. Yes, if grade is not received, it's not complete. Student must submit to this activity to complete. If they don't submit, no. And also date, if you do all this, if these students do all this by 5th of August, that was the cutoff date, the last ever date, then only this activity will be completed. So these are some parameters we can say. Perhaps I am being a little strict teacher here, but you can tweak this setting as per your needs. You can just simply choose students can manually mark the activity as completed, and you don't need to mess with all other things. But I want this to be precise so that later on it can save my time. So that's why I'm keeping these parameters. You can add some tags to this. You know how to do that. Competencies. Upon activity is completion, do nothing, there is nothing to do. And now I'm just okay, just a quick overview. We just gave this assignment a title and set dates, some parameters, and then save and return to the course, or save and display. We don't want it to be displayed here because we already have done everything which is required. So I will say save and return to the course page. Okay. Okay, right now you can see that this one assignment is assigned in this course. There is this lesson assignment we already have seen. Now in very quickly, if any students or anything, if you want to go again, so how many participants are there? Because remember, we have 2 students in this class, so 2 participants. And as a teacher, we can see how many participants, how many drafts, how many of them are working, how many of them have submitted, how many of their assignments need grading, and due date, what is the due date, and time remaining 6 days or 11 hours, something like that. As a teacher, we can see all this when students are submitting, how many students are there, how many of them submitted, and all that. And if they have submitted, then we can see all the submissions. If we want to grade them, we can just click on here and we can grade them. Okay, let's go back to our course page so that I can show you some additional things. So this is the last thing. Just click on add activity. And now in the activities, maybe I want to conduct some survey, or ask some quiz, or take some kind of a feedback, or maybe add some forum. Now here in the last module or last session, I'm adding this activity discussion, and maybe discuss. I will say I'm not going to waste much of a time, and I'm not going to change anything here. Okay, discussion locking, that's the one parameter. Do not lock discussions. Okay, it's already good. So very quickly, because we are running out of time, that's why very quickly I'll say save and return to this course, because I don't want to go into all the details at this point. Now when you just see here, so what we did, announcements, we already have this announcement here, and we can create announcements. Whenever anybody visits this course page, they will see announcements. If there are some announcements, they will be displayed here on the page. Introduction, assignment, some lessons, some discussions, or maybe if I want to add some topics and resources, also extra things that can also be done. So maybe I'll show just how to add a file. So I want to share one file with my students. So I'll just go into, like, for example, in introduction, this is the one module or one section. Just click on add activity or resources, click on file, add, then you can browse it from your computer. Okay, all right. So here you can just add a name of the file or the name of the activity, that file you are adding a new file to introduction, and that's what we are doing. So maybe I'll say theory and description. Quickly I will type theory and select files. Now whether you want to just download file or select file or upload file, just I'll click on this one and upload file. Okay, I will have to find some file for that. Okay, maybe this one, and upload this file, or any file, any PDF, any document, any image, any video, audio file that can be shared in this way. Display and all the settings, I'm not going to change anything for the time constraints, and I'm just going to say save and return to the course. Now you can see that there is this file theory which we all added. So if you want to add some video, you can do that. I'll quickly show you one more thing, that you want to add URL. So I just click on URL and click on add, and I'll say resources, and maybe if I want to add some YouTube video, for example, I'll search here. Okay, teaching with technology, and click enter. Then there are many videos that I can see. Okay, if I want to take any of the videos which is available in here, or maybe if I want to share my own specific, then Google apps for education, and then you will see this is the first result, which is obviously my own presentation from last few years. I'll just copy here, or just click on the, I'm not going to start it, obviously, get a shareable link, and maybe you might have attended this one already. So I just want to demonstrate it, how it works. So right now you can see I can just ignore that, it's already stopped, so there is no need. And I come here, paste that URL, and okay, choose a link. We already have embedded that file or URL, external URL. Description, if you want to give some, this is my whatever video or something like that. If you want to add that, the same again, save and return to the course. Now you can see as a resource I have added that video file or link to that video file. I have added one, uploaded one file, given an assignment, created an announcements, or created a lesson, entire lesson including sub chapters of the lesson. added a discussion, and all that can be done through a Moodle. Assign from creating a course, creating a site, to evaluation, giving an assignment. And I think it's 2 hours continuously we all are engaged in this learning and teaching environment of I'll just stop my screen sharing and come back here, so that because I don't want to just bore you people, because it's 2 hours and it's too much that we are spending 2 hours on Moodle. Hello, sir.